Gloria is a divorced woman living a lonely life, finding comfort in a nightclub. Afterward, she returns to her empty apartment, but her sleep is disturbed by her neighbor's noise. The next day at work, she tries calling her children, longing for companionship, but only reaches their voicemails. Later, she visits her son Peter and his baby, but he is distracted, preoccupied with trying to contact his partner, who is supposedly finding herself in the mountains. She then stops by her daughter Anne's yoga class. After yoga, Anne introduces her to Theo, her surfer boyfriend. Moments later, Anne and Theo leave together, once again, leaving Gloria alone. That evening, she returns to the club by herself, but this time she catches the attention of Arnold, a man at the club. He approaches her at the bar, and as they talk, they quickly realize they have something in common. They're both divorced. They head to the dance floor and have a great time dancing together. The night takes a passionate turn, leading them back to Gloria's place. The next day, while taking a work call at home, Gloria notices a stray cat that always manages to sneak into her house and takes it back outside. Maybe the cat is just as lonely as she is. After a bikini waxing session, she attends a laughing session, which turns hilarious when everyone breaks into uncontrollable laughter. Later, at a restaurant with her mother Hillary, she offers Gloria a share of the inheritance left by her father. But Gloria reassures her that she doesn't need it and tells her not to worry. In the evening, the noise from her neighbor starts up again, leaving Gloria frustrated. With no other option, she calls her landlady, who is the mother of the guy. She reports the situation, which has been disturbing her sleep, and suggests they get him help. The next morning, Gloria is woken by a call from Arnold, who asks her out on a date. While at the restaurant, he confesses that he hasn't been able to get her out of his mind since their time together. Their conversation is interrupted by a call from Arnold's ex-wife, asking for money. Gloria wonders if he's still involved with her, but he explains that he has to support his daughters. Arnold shares that his life used to be different until a year and a month ago, when he underwent gastric bypass surgery. He reveals that he once weighed 280 pounds, leaving Gloria in disbelief. To prove it, he shows her an old picture, making her burst into laughter. Afterward, he takes her to his park for a pendulum swing, and she ends up having a great time. Their next adventure is paintball, and Arnold teaches her how to properly aim, thrilling her when she finally hits the target. As they return to the car, they pause to watch a group of soldiers passing by. Their gazes soon shift to each other, creating an intimate moment that leads to a passionate kiss. Back home, Gloria happily goes about her evening, singing along to the music playing on the stereo. It seems her loneliness is finally coming to an end. Later, Anne stops by and shows her a video of Theo surfing. Gloria is shocked by the extreme nature of the sport, admitting that Theo could lose his life at any moment. Well, everyone will pass on eventually, so why not live life to the fullest? The next day, Gloria takes Arnold to dinner with her friend Vicky and her husband Charlie. Their conversation turns to civilian-owned rifles and the end of the world, with each of them sharing different perspectives. Gloria jokingly tells them she hopes to go down dancing when the world eventually blows up, making everyone laugh and toast to that. Later that night, she and Arnold end up at a club, dancing their hearts out before heading back to her place for another passionate night. Afterward, while lying in bed together, Gloria starts talking about the intricacies of the human body and its changes, and Arnold listens attentively. The next day, he reads Gloria a love poem, touching her with his words. She responds with a passionate kiss, but their romantic moment is interrupted by a call from his daughter. He takes the call, but his responses make it sound like he's alone at home, leaving Gloria uneasy. Afterward, she asks why he won't tell his daughters about her, but Arnold insists they wouldn't understand, and that he doesn't want to drag them into it. His daughters would mock him for dating at his age, so he prefers to avoid the topic altogether. They see him only as a father, not as a person, and while he is always worried about them, they never seem to worry about him. A lonely feeling he's grown used to. At night, they give in to another intense moment of passion. The next evening, Gloria is startled by loud pounding on her door. It's her unstable neighbor, and she immediately feels afraid. It seems he's heard about the complaint from his mother, and he's not happy about it. On Peter's birthday, Gloria brings Arnold along to the family dinner. She greets Peter with a warm embrace, wishing him a happy birthday. Her ex-husband Dustin and his wife Fiona are also there, and she exchanges greetings with them before introducing Arnold. The evening takes an awkward turn when Gloria makes a toast to Anne's pregnancy, shocking Dustin. It turns out Anne hadn't told anyone yet, and Gloria was the only one who knew. The conversation soon shifts to Arnold, and the family begins asking about his work. He shares that he was a Marine but now runs his own park. When asked about his children, he admits his daughters are single and jobless despite their age, making the atmosphere a bit tense. Afterwards, Dustin asks about Theo, and Anne reveals that he lives in Sweden. She also drops the news that she's planning to move there to be with him. Dustin doesn't take this well, prompting Gloria to suggest that Anne read out the email from Theo so he can see what kind of person he is. Though hesitant at first, Anne eventually reads it, and Gloria finds herself moved by Theo's heartfelt words. The family then starts flipping through an old album, laughing over Gloria and Dustin's wedding pictures. While everyone is caught up in nostalgia, Arnold grows uncomfortable. The moment doesn't sit well with him, and eventually he quietly leaves the table. No one notices right away, too absorbed in the moment. Gloria eventually notices Arnold's absence and starts looking for him. The family quickly realizes he has left the apartment, making her worried. She tries calling him, but it goes to voicemail, so she leaves a message. After Dustin and Fiona leave, she tries calling Arnold again, but he doesn't answer, leaving her devastated. Sensing her distress, Peter asks who Arnold really is, but she struggles to find an answer. The next day at work, Arnold finally calls, but Gloria, still upset, shuts him down, insisting she's busy. Later, she finds him waiting for her in the parking lot, which only fuels her anger. She's deeply hurt that he disappeared right after meeting her family, but he tries to explain. He admits he felt lost, like he didn't exist, while they were caught up in their memories. Besides, his daughters had called. That seems to be the real issue here. Gloria, fed up with him constantly doting on his grown daughters, gets in her car to leave. Arnold runs after her, confessing his love, but she doesn't listen and speeds out of the lot. The family gathers again for some time together, singing happily, but Gloria feels distant and doesn't join in. Later, she starts smoking, something she had previously quit. Clearly, her fight with Arnold has taken a toll on her. The next morning, she goes for an eye checkup and learns from the optometrist that her condition has worsened. If left untreated, it will narrow her field of vision and affect her daily life. She's prescribed eye drops that she'll need to use for the rest of her life. That night, she heads to a bar, trying to escape her problems. She dances with an older stranger, but the feeling isn't the same as it was with Arnold. The next day, Vicky is laid off from work, and Gloria comforts her. Moments later, she receives a flower delivery but tosses the note when she realizes it's from Arnold. Later, Vicky visits, but their conversation is interrupted by yet another call from Arnold. Gloria admits that he calls her every 5 minutes, prompting Vicky to answer and bluntly tell him that Gloria is indisposed. The day for Anne to leave finally arrives, and Gloria drives her to the airport. Overcome with emotion, she pulls Anne into a tight hug. Anne admits she's going to miss her before heading inside. As Gloria drives away, she suddenly turns back and rushes into the airport. But Anne is already gone. Unable to hold back her tears, she stands there, feeling heartbroken. Life feels lonely again as Gloria goes about her days. She stops to watch a puppet show on the street and gives the performer some money. Just then, Arnold calls, and this time, she finally picks up. Later, Arnold takes her on a flight to Vegas, where they arrive at a grand hotel he has already booked. In their room, Gloria is awed by the beauty of the place. They stand by the glass door, watching the view, happy to be in each other's arms. However, the mood shifts when Arnold receives a call from his daughter, informing him that their mother has had a home accident and is in the hospital. Instead of leaving, Arnold decides to stay with Gloria, telling her he's choosing her, and his daughters won't ruin their moment together. Gloria isn't comforted enough and begins to leave with her luggage, but Arnold begs her to stay. She hesitates before turning back, leading them into an intense moment of passion. Afterward, they go swimming, enjoying their time together. Over dinner, Gloria reassures him that he's making the right decision. The way his daughters rely on him isn't healthy, and he has a life to live too, which Arnold agrees. Feeling spontaneous, she suggests they take time off work for a trip to Spain, but just then, Arnold's daughter calls again. Tired of the constant interruptions, Arnold tells Gloria to turn the phone off, and she playfully drops it into a wine glass. Both of them erupt into laughter, and with a shared spark of excitement, Arnold agrees to the Spain trip, sealing the joyous moment with a deeply passionate kiss. Afterward, Arnold excuses himself from the table, promising to be right back. But minutes turn into hours, and there's still no sign of him. When Gloria returns to their room, she's devastated to find it empty, realizing his belongings are gone. Just like before, he's disappeared on her again. Refusing to let it bring her down, Gloria heads out to have fun and befriends Jen, a woman at the poker table. When Jen wins the round, Gloria cheers excitedly for her. Jen then introduces her to her friends, Mark and Jeremy is instantly drawn to Gloria. They head to the bar together, where their connection quickly leads to a passionate kiss. From there, they decide to go to a club, unable to keep their hands off each other during the ride. At the club, they dance wildly, completely lost in the moment. The next morning, Gloria wakes up on a lounge chair by a swimming pool, with no memory of how she got there. She must have really been out of it. She makes her way back to the hotel and uses the phone at the reception to call Hillary since all her belongings are missing. Hours later, Hillary arrives to find Gloria asleep in the lobby. She informs Gloria that she has already bought their flight tickets, which fills Gloria with gratitude. They return home, and as expected, the stray cat has already found its way inside, leaving Hillary surprised. Feeling emotionally drained, Gloria allows Hillary to take care of her. The next morning, a call comes through the landline. It turns out to be Arnold, and Gloria ignores it. Deciding to embrace the cat that refuses to leave, she begins caring for it. Meanwhile, Arnold continues calling non-stop throughout the day. Eventually, she answers but remains silent while he pleads for forgiveness. Unmoved, she unplugs the phone in frustration. Later, she gets her hair dyed in a salon, puts on a fancy dress afterward, and drives to Arnold's apartment. He's surprised to see her, but she immediately blasts him with his paintball gun, making him stumble to the ground, crying out in pain. His daughters and ex-wife come out just then and begin yelling at her, but Gloria pays them no mind. She flings the bag of paintball guns out of her car before driving off. Letting out her anger and ending things permanently with Arnold makes her laugh uncontrollably. Afterward, she drives to Anne's wedding reception, and though she missed the ceremony, everyone is happy to see her there. The music starts playing, and everyone begins dancing joyfully. Gloria, who is sitting at a table, eventually decides to join the dance floor. She loses herself in the music, letting go of all her problems. She has accepted herself and chosen to move forward despite the challenges.